settings, starting transmission, and we're live. So, just a quick piece of confirmation that everyone is ready. Right then, go, qualies go. Start going. Everyone start going. LMP1s first, preferably, and then the LMP2s, which we have what appears to be 4 LMPs. Oh, okay. Who needs to be teleported in the stands? Who's Fufu? Who are you? Okay. Okay, so Fufu, what's your actual username? There you go. Right, go get to your cars and start going out on track. You are a minute down, but that should be fine. As long as you get a good qualifying place, you should be okay. Yes, Harris. What was the issue? What are you on about? E-brake is ion. What are you talking about? P-brake is on if you use e-brake. What are you talking about? Don't use mouse then, Harris. I'm sorry, but if you're gonna complain about it, don't use it. I'm not gonna. Sorry, but I'm not gonna. The cars are the same as last weekend. We've not changed any of the scripts, so you've also had all week to, or all of yesterday and the day before to test this. Unfortunately, so. But yeah, anyway, the first lap times are being set now. We have record attendance for this race as well, so good points for both LMP1 and LMP2. Remember, the top 7 for this league get points in both divisions because they are 2 different point systems. Well, they're the same point systems, but there's points for LMP1 and points for LMP2. Speaking of LMP2, that jumbo car needs to keep out the way of the LMP1s coming through for qualifying, unless they are on a lap. Gaggles, I'm going to have to ask you to jump out your car as you're showing up on the spectate menu. Sorry, your seats. You're showing up on the spectate. Gaggles, thank you. It's just, I keep accidentally clicking you thinking you're a driver, that's all. Speaking of your drivers, we've got Rusty here, the 26 car. Gaggles, so far, the only team, the only drivers to have a change mid-race. All 4 of them are here. We've got the 2 jumbo cars, though. The one of the most iconic liveries on the grid, the jumbo team, sponsored by Fallen Angels. Very simple livery. Jumbo team. Lewis has arrived, despite the fact he was late. So I don't think he's actually going to be able to start because Ayrton is using his car. Oh no. What do you mean, oh no? He's goms. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so the first laps are in. Salami is on pole. Spirit second in the Gaggles car. Who is Max? Maxmal 33. He is my driver for the weekend. Thank goodness for him, Mr. Alex, taking up third where Zane couldn't. Oh, you're mechanic, are you? Okay, I will teleport you in just a second, Lewis. Did that work? That should have worked. Anyway, there you go. So, as Yeet. Lewis now in his car. He's going to go on track. He's 5 minutes down, but it's all okay for him. If I could find where Azyeet is, I'd spectate him. Yeah, Azyeet 12, he is another one of the important drivers in this race. LMP2, LMP1 as well. That's fine, Lewis. Just try your best. There's a lot of P1 drivers here today. So if you get points, you know you've done good enough, because there's a guarantee that without DNFs, someone's not getting points. As the BYT goes second fastest in the session. How to drive. It's a very good question from him. We're gonna be honest. Anyway, the session is also being recorded for afterwards, where I'll post. I'll eventually post some highlights if I can be bothered to edit them. We see Smalls and Fufu, or FFU, getting a good time, or should I say Bill? I think it's Bill. Still learning the driver's name. Some of them showed up last weekend, so it's a bit more fluctuating. 14 drivers currently on the track. Quite a few are LMP2, quite a few are LMP1. So we won't know who's possibly got pole here, because Zane got the first pole last weekend. Of course, he's not here. Shady's had an incident on the track somewhere. If I could find where he is on the spectate system, because I've got a heck of a lot of names to go through. He's back going again, but we see Salami going purple in the middle sector here as well. In the McDonald's sponsored car. Bright red for the weekend. It's a very clean livery. Can he set an even faster time than before? The bottom, what is that? 6, 7, haven't set a valid lap yet. Lewis as well, he's here. I think he's a 15th driver to possibly try to set a lap. Got 5 corner cuts for him. Got a lot of personnel here. He does go faster. Does Salami. He's pulled off into the pit lane exit here to let people through. The very smart thing to do. Need to work out who's LMP2 and LMP1. We're watching Small's LMP1 driver here. Small time changes throughout the field. Hayden, the slowest car on track, despite where it says he is in the the timing system. Smalls as well in LMP2. One of the fastest. I think he is the fastest LMP2 driver. Bar, yeah, PV. So we've got Harris here as well. Normally a man for ovals. I know he does very well in IndyCar style games, as the game experiences a bit of lag there. But he's doing quite well for himself in his what will be his first race here today in the junior team for Gaggles Automobilistica. There we go. That's basically it. Good thing Excite has ice cream on the pit box. Yes, it is. Good for them to know. So yeah, Lewis has set a P8 time. As we see Spirit in the Gaggles car take provisional pole. I believe provisional LMP2 pole would be PV or PARVV, I believe, as everyone is now setting fast lap times. Rusty getting up there with his teammate. Gaggles Autosports would get one of the highest joint qualifiers to date, bar the one from Excite My Energy. Yep, it is waffle time, thank you. You know it. Watching one of the 2 drivers yet to set a lap here. Will he be able to do it? Nope, because he's corner cut. Parv, okay. That's one thing I will need to do. I will need to edit everyone's usernames to be the same as in game, because that would just be annoying otherwise. Anyway, Harris, green sector 1. Can he finish this lap and get a good lap in is the real question. For those who are watching, they'd have seen the track limits. He's just violated them there, I'm pretty sure. So, Lee, I don't know how to pronounce this person's name, so we're just going to call him Lee. Who was that aimed towards? Monkey, because again, we're not gonna ban anything for season 1 until proven overpowered. But yeah, as it stands, Gaggles Autosport, Gaggles Autosport on for a pole position in race 2, followed by Salami in the McDonald's car for well, yeah, a very good race for them. Anyway, as it stands, we've got just over 5 minutes to go of the qualifying session. Lewis having an issue, I believe, somewhere on the track. If he saw the announcement we made, track limits are very lenient in comparison to other games, because you need to go over the blue to get them. Meaning you can basically go a full car off track and still not invalidate. Lewis still being able to set a time faster than his teammate, but as it stands, they're the current slowest LMP1 team, which is a bit of a concern for the next season. He normally is better in the race after that near P2 last weekend. Don't want to remind him of that though, because I'm pretty sure he's doesn't want to remember that. So we see Luna Robotech coming to the pits. Ayrton, maybe next weekend, but we can't enter you this late into a session. It's once qualifying starts, no one can be signed to drive, is the official ruling on that. Just to confirm that for those who weren't aware. So you can't sign someone midway through qualifying and let them race. That's not how it works. It's just unfair on them. They might not have practiced. So yeah, anyway, Lewis on his hot lap. The Excite My Energy kick car. Yeah, we will. What do you mean if DNF mid-race? What do you mean? If you retire, you will not get points. Retire doesn't equal points. You crash out, no points. 0, zilch, nothing. Like, you know. You won't get points if you retire midway through. Yeah, but essentially it's a 27 lap race with an extra lap at the end. As per request of Shady, we'll do the 28 laps total on the ticker at the top, so that way it roughly translates to the 45 minutes, but as laps, just to be better, say it that way he's happy. We can actually see who's where by positions as well. Yeah, as it stands, the Geggles Autosport team appear to have secured the second ever pole position in ELR. Reborn, reignited. Yes, you are. The Monkey Coat is now P1 in LMP2, so he's good for him. As I did say, the lowest current LMP1 team is slower than 3 LMP2 drivers, which is a sorry sign for them. Yeah, Lewis just bumps his way up to P9, but they're still slower than an LMP2 car. My Excite My Energy have quite possibly the slowest of the LMP cars. Hayden, corner cuts are lenient, because we could have done them where if you go over the white line, you get them, like in real life. Oh, please avoid jumping out the car if you're not in the pit lane. Doing it mid-race will result in a penalty, probably a 10-second stop-go. Just to warn everyone. In fact, how are the CCs? Oh my god, a lot of CCs. Especially for the top ones. I suppose it's because you're pushing. I don't know what has happened to the... How to not stuck. What's happened to you? That is slightly annoying. We have yeah, do not go flat out because you will get corner cuts. That's all I'm gonna say. Going flat out will result in corner cuts. Yeah, as it stands, I do believe a couple of the LMP1 drivers will be unable to start the race. At least one has confirmed to me they have Wi-Fi issues, meaning they may disconnect midway through. Yeah, Hayden, this is a free model. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, quali is over very shortly. Is that the command? I can't track names on people, which is quite annoying. We'll enable view names, but that does nothing. One of the Goggles Autosport cars takes the line. So yeah, qualifying is over, just to confirm. The white flag means checkered flag now. Don't know why it's not properly fixed. Maxi is the fill-in driver for me when Zane isn't here, as Zane cannot be racing due to a personal incident. But that is qualifying over. So yeah, qualifying is now over, to confirm. For those who are on a lap, you can continue on if you feel like you want to improve. If you're not improving, come into the pits, please. We'll get a screenshot of the times, and then we'll make the complete list. So yeah, we have one of the jumbo cars finishing across the line. Do not go backwards into the pit lane, please. Continue on the lap, go around. Yeah, Shady with the P3. So, we'll get the photo of the times in the Discord, and then we'll quickly let our lovely friend of Luna Robotech, to put together the official results of qualifying to be posted in the Discord, which he's doing now, which is very nice. So yeah, for the teams, that's them done for qualifying for now. Everyone should have finished their laps by now. Everyone pit, please. To official confirmation that Maxi Mal 33 will not be partaking in the race, therefore his qualifying lap will be removed due to failing to enter, meaning everyone is up one position below him. So P7 time deleted. If you have to go, try make it to the race. Maxi Mal, and I believe the slowest car on track as well, has to leave. If you have to leave now, please tell us, ping us in the Discord, or say in game before we shut down the server. Yes, as it stands, P7 is not starting and P12 is not starting. You are the slowest car. Oh, Harris is. Yeah. Okay. Pit limiter is gear 2, and I think we're going to have to go high corner cuts here. But yeah, Harris is technically last, but it's the last person that shows up on the leaderboard who is not here. Yeah, high CC. It's not fun having a high CC race, but it does mean we will hand out penalties a bit more. Oh my days, Hayden did not do a good job. No, Luna. Harris is racing. Le dumb person isn't. The dumb person isn't. Harris is. They're both LMP2, so you might as well just replace him with that. Okay. Harris is racing. Yeah, just edit the final position to Harris, basically. Yeah, Harris is the slowest. I don't know why the timing system bugs like that. Get there in the end. Right, we'll quickly shut down the server to have the server restart officially for the race. We'll just get that set up now. Right. Server shutdown initiated. Everybody can start joining the game. You'll be only the drivers that have qualified will be allowed to teleport to the track. Drivers that qualified will be allowed to teleport to the track. Everyone else will be made to stand above the track. So, yes, Lewis. Yeah, you have a race suit on. Congrats. Right, if you're not a driver, please reset. If you're not a driver, please reset. If you are not a driver, please reset. I will keep reiterating until they do so. If you are not driving, please reset. Right, if you're a driver and you've been brought, please say in chat yes if you have been. In fact, those who need teleporting, tell me. Kibitza, oh, Kibitza, what do I do you? Spirit's been teleported. Shady, have you been teleported? Okay, Salami, have you been teleported? Rust has been teleported. Not just yet. There you go, there's Kibitza. Smalls, have you been teleported? Right, Luna's here. Lewis, have you been teleported? Okay, Hayden's been teleported. Oh. People using keyboard and mouse, people are using all sorts. That is fine. Right, just a reminder to all the drivers here. To pit, you jump out and in again. Yeah, to pit, you jump out your car and jump in again. If you need to drive a change and you have a replacement ready, tell me and I will let that happen. Everyone get to your cars and get into the grid order at the end of pit lane, please. So yeah, we're just gonna get, if everyone is in the correct grid order, please line up properly. Don't want any messing around and falling about. What do you mean it's broken for you? Shady, what did you mean it was broken for you? Yeah, nothing would show up because no one's set a lap yet, Shady. What's his user? Shady is... There you go. Right, is everyone in the correct order? Just to confirm. Hacks, you're not driving due to the sheer fact it's already been qualifying. Right. Once everyone please confirm that you're ready. So after this lap is done, I will pull into the pit lane and then you guys go side by side until the green flag is waved. Confirmed? Confirmed. Right. Yeah, it's 28 laps. 28 laps, 45 minutes. CCs. It's a high CC track. So I'm thinking... Let me just do a quick calculation. Max gear 3 under outlap, guys, please. Max gear 3 or 109 studs per second. 50? That's a... hold on. I was thinking 54, so that way you can get 2 corner cuts a lap and then get a penalty on the last lap. Okay, so CC limit is 54. CC limit is 54. 54. 5-4. Okay. So yeah. When I say line up side by side, everyone should go side by side to confirm. We've got a V8 engine in the safety car. I've muted the audio due to the sound of the cars. But yeah. So when I say leader control, that means everyone goes side by side. Who's taken the long layout? Abby, really? Right, everyone let Abby get back together. Yeah, Abby, it's not. Anyway, we're heading towards the final part of the lap. Remember, when I say leaders get ready or leaders control, that's when you go side by side throughout the pack to the line. I'm going to leave it rather late because it is Qatar. There's a bit of a winding section. I don't want you guys to have to deal with that. Monza's a bit easier because it's just one corner. So we'll do it the corner before the pit entry. Understood, everyone? Just going to assume that you do to save you typing in chat, because typing in chat may cause an incident. So, anyway, for the second race in ELR Reborn, I'm going to call it Reborn from now on because that's what it is. We're back after a long hiatus. Someone stopped on track. Could someone tell me who that is, please? Lag. Okay, that's fine. So, everyone, if you'd like to start lining up side by side, slow right down and line up side by side, please. Slow down and line up side by side, please. Slow down and line up side by side. Slow down and line up side by side. Slow down and line up side by side. So you should be in 2 rows. Front row. Yeah, two orderly lines. When you get to the start-finish line, you may go. When you get to the start-finish line, you may go. Understood? So everything is in place. Everyone is pacing now. We have, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 12 car field here. Bit jumbled at the back. But remember, it's across the line when we can go, which is now race mode enabled. Everyone is going. We are green flag racing again. Racing for the first time today, I should say. So anyway, slow start for those towards the back. The LMP2's really not up to speed. We see the LMP1 of Hayden stuck there in the very lower pack, very end of the field, second to last. We see other driver Harris behind him, the only LMP2 driver here I believe, to do a race in the Gaggles car. So that is one thing. Rusty though, ahead of the race. Lewis, they're going wide. Not sure which other driver's going wide behind him. But we see the other Gaggles car of Spirit leading, almost getting ahead of sorry, almost getting ahead of Salami. Salami is fighting this. The McDonald's sponsored car, the Macmobile, is trying to get ahead of the Gaggles Autosport car, but is unable to as we come to the end of the first lap properly. We've got a fight for first, we've got a fight for second. They're side by side through the final corner as we see Lewis going wide. It is Robotech versus by YT. Lewis saying he's hit bumps, which is what caused him to have the issue. We're one lap in to the race. We're going to have to extend by one lap due to minor incidents and such. But anyway, continuing on. End of the first lap, we still have the same leader. If there is a spin or a flip, then I don't know. It's going to be hard to cause a safety car here today. Let's check corner cuts. We see Lewis with 11 already. Remember, the limit is 54 before you get a 10-second stop go, because this is an endurance race after all. It's not meant to be a lapped race. This is just the closest thing we have to 45 minutes to be fun, because it's a long lap. We see a fight between the Gaggles and the other car here. I forgot the name of it, unfortunately, due to the branding not being exactly the best. They're two different liveries on two different cars, but the McDonald's car is ahead. I should really have a list of who's on what team and who's what name and such, but yeah. Through the middle sector, towards the end of the lap we go. Current fastest lap is for Pav. But could we see Salami taking the race lead? The Gaggles versus the Robotech cars. It's got to call him Robotech. He corner cut in the final sector. That would have been the fastest lap of the race, but he has corner cut, so therefore it's not going to him. But these two are going to be fighting out the whole time. We have the top-down camera on that. The other Robotech car in P3, so they could be going for a combined podium of a 2 and 3. That would boost them into the lead of the drivers' the team standings, and I'm pretty sure that would give them a boost in the team's drivers' standings as well. So I'm slightly scuffling my words, unfortunately. But the Gaggles car is back ahead. We'll try to keep ahead for the rest of this race. The other Gaggles car in P5, so they're going to come home for a good points haul. Rusty, a bit rusty with A chassis cars, I'm pretty sure, as he's normally doing Indy cars. But we see Hayden is now back up with the rest of the LMP2s, LMP1s, sorry. There's too many cars in the race for me today. I'm not awake enough. After 2 retirements from qualifying, unfortunately, due to disconnections and busyness, we see by Robert Kubica here getting ahead of both Excite cars in a matter of 2-3 corners there. So he's done a very excellent job with manoeuvring his way around these cars. Luckily for him, he's got a lot of clean air ahead, but he does have Lewis right behind him. We watch Hayden here as Lewis goes wide. The tri-apex corner, everyone tries to go flat out through, even though you're not allowed to and you're not meant to, because you keep getting corner cuts. As we see the top 4 a very large margin away from the rest of the field. For some reason the lap system isn't working properly, so despite that I assure you we are on lap 4 technically, because for some reason the laps aren't working, which will be an issue for fixing next race. I'm not sure. The scripts are the same. They are spec cars. He might have just got a better exit. There you go. Look at that. As you say that, Gaggles, your car is much faster. I just think it's down to practicing the track, because I do think Salami did get quite a few laps in of practice here for this race. Yeah. So anyway, watching this intense battle between these two here for the second overall ELR win of the Reborn series. They're miles ahead of the nearest car now. Hayden going wide there to try and catch up. But Luna Robotech has been overtaken by YT. So yeah. Could we get three more constructors on the podium? It would be something for Gagos Autosport to be the one of the first teams to get back-to-back podiums, because as it stands, they'd be the first team to get a back-to-back podium in the league, due to the fact that Zane isn't able to race today. That is, if they can get the win, but it looks like, yeah. Oh my goodness, Spirit has taken off into the lead. Yeah, as it stands, the end of the race will probably have to be looked at the end of the stream to see who comes across the line where, as I have to have the lap counter menu open most of the time so I can make sure that people aren't getting enough for a penalty, because it's this early on into the race. Kubica is a real threat for a penalty here with 21 corner cuts. Yeah, for a second race in a row, we could have 3 different constructors on the podium. But it could be a race that ends in tragedy, as we see a lot of the drivers, or the Gagos driver there, hitting a bump. Robotech versus a YT here. They're side by side out of the corner. It's a glitch with this game. It will be fixed for the next round. Don't worry about it. I'm keeping track of laps, and I'm keeping track of who finishes where via the timing board on the side of my screen. We are on lap 6, because you have to add a lap because we started a lap down, technically. Or some people did, some people didn't. Yeah, it's fine. We're fine. We're all fine. So we're on lap 6 of 28. For some reason, that board isn't counting. Should be fixed for the next race. But yeah, it's Harris, the driver with, I think, the least amount of experience. He is unfortunately miles back from the pack. He's in his own gap really here. He's unfortunately one of the few drivers in the field who didn't show up to the first race. We had 8 people enter the first race. We've had near double that for the qualifying. Unfortunately, some couldn't make the race due to personal issues. We see the Gaggles car ahead here, still, of Salami. Salami is not entertained by this. He's led every lap so far, the Gaggles car. But yeah, at this moment in time, they're looking very strong to take the win, unless they suffer a disconnection issue, which is a retirement. I should say that now. I should have mentioned that earlier. But yeah, so they've crossed the line, P1 and 2, and then it's going to be Robotech and Shadybug in 3 and 4. There you go. And then it should be Hayden, Lewis, yeah, Hayden, Lewis, and it's Rusty, who's now got a massive lead compared to Lewis and Hayden, who are now behind Robert Kubica. So they are not enjoying this race at all, these LMP1 drivers. We see a slight move there from Hayden to Lewis. He just gets ahead. The 4 LMP4 drivers are at the back of the field, but they are all on for points. The top 3 are on for a podium. 2 of them are in the first race. Sorry. 2 of them are in the first race of the season for them. They missed the round 1 for small issues. Kubica has hit a bump, but he is still going. He's reported that over the radio to his team. I don't see any issues on his car, so he should be fine to continue on. Almost getting overtaken there by Hayden, but this race for him is not going well. He's got 28 corner cuts as of now. Remember, it is 54 for a penalty. As I said, you can corner cut once a lap for every lap in this race, and you'll be fine. But if you corner cut twice a lap for every lap in this race, then you're going to get a 10-second stop go or a 10-second penalty added to the end of the race. Gear limiter is 2 for those who may be needing a pit stop anytime soon. I'm unsure of the tyre degs, but they may be quite high for the track. I'm not too sure. Top 7 here really got away. No one's getting a stop go just yet, but the penalty for consistent corner cutting is a 10-second stop go, so no one has a penalty. But we do see Salami getting very close to the back of the Gaggles car here. So could we see a possible change in position here soon? That is one of the questions we have today. We almost do. Do we? No, we don't. He just gets caught out. It's amazing racing between these two. They're not giving an inch between each other. They're just pushing and pushing. And in fact, I think he's done it. He has got back ahead. Salami takes the lead of the race, going slightly wide, and I think Harris may be lapped at some point soon in this race. But yeah, maybe a 1-stop, maybe a 2-stop, might even be just about a 3-stop. Really depends for what these guys want to do. Luckily we have no safety cars and no sign of a full course yellow anytime soon. No spins or anything at the moment in time. We see the front two miles ahead in the lead. If Zane was here, I'm pretty sure he'd be on this fight for the top of the podium. If not, he'd definitely be on there for P3. What am I saying? He'd probably win this race by 5 seconds. Anyway, the whole field enjoying relative success so far in this race, apart from Lewis and Hayden, the two slowest LMP1 drivers on the field as of now. They're fighting with the Monkey Co, but that might not be to the best of their advantage. So Hayden is the last LMP driver, meaning he will get the final points paying position of the race, because top 7 get points because it's a top 10 championship for LMP1 and LMP2. As we see, Smalls has fallen back from a fighting position. He's stuck behind the other LMP2 cars as we see them overtaking Hayden there. If I could find where his name is. There he is. He's being attacked by both the jumbo cars at the same time. So could this be Hayden's car telling him that he doesn't want to doesn't like the heat of Qatar? It is a very hot track and is a very challenging one at that. But yeah, these drivers, some of the best endurance drivers I've seen in a while. They can take long races like this very well. It's more impressive if it says 45 minutes, but yeah, anyway, moving along, we do have the fight up ahead for P1 in LMP2. How many laps left? It's lap 10 of 28. Work it out yourself, because we have to add a lap because every time, you know. So yeah, Hayden, this currently second last on track, but last in LMP1. So we see Spirit chasing down Salami for the win in this race. Hayden has to retire. He's pulling into the pit lane to officially retire this race. Hayden making it first DNF, I'm pretty sure, for Excite My Energy. Unfortunate for him there, but it is all they can do, as I believe Harris has now been lapped. Yeah, Harris has been lapped by the lead too. So Hayden is in the pit lane to retire. He pulls his car in. Not the race he was hoping for from this weekend for him. But at the end of the day, it's all fine and dandy in ELR. All's fair that ends fair. We see a lot of smoke coming out of Harris there. I'm not sure if that's anything of worry for his team, but he had a lot of smoke coming from that car. Spirit is complaining about the car being slower. As you say that, he's currently side by side on the stream with Salami for the lead there. He was saying he was slow, yet Salami takes a huge corner cut there to gain an advantage. Will be looked at by overall FIA at the end of the session. We do need some of those. Can't be team owners though. But yeah, Spirit is pushing now to try and overtake, to get ahead of Salami here through the tri-apex corner towards the end of the lap. Salami, Spirit goes very wide. Salami here still trying to keep him behind. He's keeping him at a very nice distance as we enter lap 12 of 28. The other car though does pull very far ahead of the rest of him and the rest of the field. But yeah. He needs to hope and pray that Salami up ahead does have an issue. We see sly little tactics here from some drivers, as we see Lewis with 38 corner cuts, the driver with the most, just beating ahead of Robert Kubica. This race now in its less entertaining stage, which is part of the race that I do like, which means I can start talking a bit less and just letting the racing do all the talking for me. Gonna go look towards the two jumbo cars. Not sure if I'm calling them correctly, but that's what their main sponsor is. This race, if we will do that at the end of the session, because I don't want to. Yeah, Kubica complaining over the radio that the brakes are shot. So that's not the thing he would have hoped for his race, as he's been overtaken by Lewis now. So, yeah. Harris, the slowest of the runners as of now. Smalls, I think, is guaranteed a podium, but it's who's going to be the top of the LMP2 podium, which we're wondering today. Smalls has spun there, unfortunately for him, but he is still going. He is miles ahead of Harris, but he's miles behind of the nearest competitors, Prov and Billen. Yeah, well, that team, they're really fighting for the lead of this race in LMP2. Check the brakes, man, says Kubica. He's really complaining about them. Could we see an issue later in the race for him? Launching back into the BYT versus Robotech battle here on the track. Could we see a possible overtake anytime soon? Could we see a pit strategy anytime soon for some of the drivers on the track? Because I do believe the tyre degs will be coming down as we do hear about the first pit stop over the radio. Kubica will be the first, I believe, the first LMP driver to come into the pit lane. Lewis staying out, so I am correct. Remember, gear 2 in the pit lane, please, when you come into the main part here. Yeah, thank you. But as it stands, he could be coming in for one of the better race strategies of the season. He missed his pit box. He's pulled in properly. That's a very slow stop for him. Unfortunately, I don't think that's worked out properly in the way he would have hoped, because he's now been passed by several of the LMP2 cars. So, not a race to remember for Kubica, but it is a race to remember for his teammate, as he, in fact, does just get lapped there by the leaders, I think. Or I think he might have been lapped then. Yeah. Kubica getting lapped because of pitting. Please don't mass corner cut, guys. That's a verbal warning to everyone. Don't mass corner cut. As in, cut a huge part of the track to gain an advantage. So yeah, for Kubica, it will be blue flag for his teammate, but maybe he could use this to his advantage to hot up the car behind. It's lap 14 of 28. We're exactly halfway through this race, which is, I think, a sigh of relief. Oh, we see a huge moment there from Robotech to let Kubica through. Not sure if that was deliberate, but we see another driver pitting. I'm not sure who that is pitting, but we have... It's Lewis. Lewis is pitted. Yeah, Lewis coming to the pit lane. By the way, he's also coming into the pit lane. He pressed B instead of P. But he has come into the pit lane, a lot like his teammate. Is he going to overshoot the pit box this time is the real question, because that team appears to have several issues with, Kubica constantly complaining on the radio about his brakes being shot. So, unfortunate for him, but I think a sigh of relief for some of the other LMP1 drivers around him, as this could possibly mean a better points finish for them. Rusty's also in the pits, the first of the Gaggle drivers to pit this race. Yeah. He needs to try and get the car back started again. It's a slow push away from the pit. Excuse me. It was a slow push away from the pit, but he does get going yet again. I think he pitted in the right place there, because he is in the right sort of place on the track. His teammate Kubica spins in probably the middle sector. Yeah, that was a spin for Kubica caused by a bump in the middle sector. Very unfortunate for him there, but it's all he can do in this race. He can try and make it to the end in order to try and get some points. He will be on for some points here anyway, even if he does finish last. As we enter lap 16, as Robotech boxes a team owner and reserve driver for this race pits. He slightly overshoots, but that is allowed. Kubica still complaining over the radio that his brakes are shot. But yeah. He does get past. If he jumps out and in again, it won't count. Everyone's going to do it once, so it should fix itself eventually. Because when you pit, you jump in and out, and then you go around again and it counts. So don't worry about it. It happens to everyone. Lewis, you've registered the first sector there, so you are fine. Don't worry about it. It will fix itself. Everyone has to do at least one mandatory pit. Preferably, I must see it, but if not, if you have proof, then I'll accept it as well. Either works. Pretty sure the two jumbo cars are yet to pit, as well as Harris. Kubica really mad with the brakes. I don't know why he's so mad. The LMP1 cars are all the same. He's the only driver complaining about the said brake issues. Pits are mandatory. Pits are mandatory. Yes, confirm they are mandatory. Yes, they're mandatory. One mandatory pit stop. Same as F1, you need to do one mandatory stop. Lewis, you've already done your stop. A lot of the LMP1 drivers have. The front two, I don't think, have pitted yet, which is a shock. I'm not sure about the LMP2 drivers. It would help if I had more than just me watching this race out, so then we could actually have some more eyes on the track to see what's going on. Which is why I do ask you to tell me when you're pitting. The top three haven't pitted, no? Right then. Yeah, so top three. Smalls comes out of the pit lane there. Just catching on. What do you mean they feel weird? So yeah, P1 is, at the moment, Spirit, who's got ahead of Salami, and then it should be... I'm not sure who's. We see someone coming into the pit lane. It was Harris. He's pitted this race. I believe the top two are currently the only two drivers in LMP1 yet to pit. So they'll need to take a pit stop sometime soon. Remember, one mandatory pit stop in each race. We're on lap 18 of 28, meaning we've got just over 10 laps to go on this race. Anyway, race again dying down slightly as we see everyone getting onto the correct lap. I think the Geigels team might be forcing one of their drivers to pit soon. Cough cough P1. They could both pit at the same time. One could try do the long run in order to get ahead, but I think the shorter run would have been good because a mandatory at the start of the race. Pit at the start of the race, that would have cleared them for the rest of the race. Geigels says over the radio to me he knows what he's doing, as we see Salami temporarily taking the lead, coming out the final corner and pushing him along. But yeah, he still holds the lead. These two are technically a lap ahead due to the fact they haven't pitted, but they are miles off the nearest driver. Anyway, moving forwards in this race, Bill is boxing. Thank you for that. Just confirmation that we have another LMP2 pit. Uh-oh. Somebody has a time penalty of a 10-second stop go. It's Kubica who's crashed, fittingly, in the middle sector. Kubica has a stop-go penalty as well as being stopped on the track. Kubica, can you get the car moving? Car stuck. Uh-oh. Safety car is out due to the fact we've had a car stopped on track. I'm going to try catch the leaders. So yeah, safety car's out due to the fact we've had an incident which has resulted in a stopped car. I need to try and find out where P1 is. Salami comes into the pit lane. The two leaders in the pit lane. The front two will jump out and in. Safety car is going to be waiting at the end of the straight for every driver. Max, for now, the speed under the safety car will be gear 2, just to let everyone catch up. This will also mean, to save time to get people to unlap, we'll just have basically the two leaders overtake this car behind me, and then, yeah. So the leaders overtake the Geigels car, please. Number 26, go back. No, 26, what are you doing? 26, let them go through, and then where should you be by right, 26? What was your position? Do you know? Mr. Rusty, do you know where you should be? He's lapped, yeah. If everyone besides the top two is lapped, you can, if he, right, then he should really realistically get into P5 then. Hey, Harris, don't unlap. Harris, do not unlap. I'll sort it out in a moment. Harris, you're LMP2 as well, so you'll be starting towards the back. We're waiting on everyone to catch back up to the field as well. So if he should be P5, he should by right go P5. Lewis, where should you be? Should be able to tell. Harris, go behind the LMP2 cars behind you, please. Harris, behind the LMP2 cars behind you. Don't follow the safety car line. I'm trying to focus on behind me. Yeah, right. I want everyone now, because we're all basically put back together. Everyone get into the positions you should be in. I think Robotech was ahead of you. Well, yeah, Smalls, you can catch back up. We're still going gear 2 to get you to catch up. So, is everyone in the correct position? Correct? I believe he should be. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Harris. So, safety car will speed up to gear 4, max gear 4. We may need someone with admin to quickly delete the car. We're still under safety car for the next lap, guys, by the way. So... But safety car's going to go gear 4, aka 158 SPS. Bit late for that, Gaggles. Actually, Robotech, if you could quickly rank him admin, he can fly over and then everything should fix itself so we can remove the car. Just drive off the track or something. Because as I get a corner cut, lovely. Thank you. Yeah, the commands are colon and then fly over to it. Right. Now now I need to do a quick command in chat. Actually, Robotech, if you could do change all laps 20, then that should fix the lap issue as well. Because I'm kind of controlling the pack. 20. Laps 20. Change all laps 20. Just try not to crash. There we go. You may need to go press M and then just move it. If not, I'll just... That's not right. Okay, he's moved it. The car's gone now. Don't worry, Gaggles. It's moved. Not... Is it? Have we gone through the right section? If it's here, I'll just delete it with building tools. Yes, so... Safety car will be over this lap, so leader. Not now, but get ready to control the pace when we control the pace, okay? There, lovely snatch on the car. It's gone. I'm actually shocked with that. Okay. Leader, control the pace. Leader, control the pace. You're going to go too wide again for the start. Leader, control the pace. You can choose when to go. Remember, no overtaking till safety car line 1. Yes, we're going to do this very early because there's a lot of track here. Remember, you can start overtaking from pit lane exit line, because that is safety car 2 line in real life. So when you get past the pit lane exit, when the leader does, you can get ready to start overtaking each other. We're just going to get the safety car custom built by Robotech down the end of the pit lane at speeds. We set a valid lap. But anyway, time to watch this restart. He's holding it for a long, long time. The LMP2 drivers knowing what it means to go side by side. We've got 6 LMP1 drivers left in the race. That means it's net points for everyone. The green flag is waved, meaning the race is go again. Very, very good start for Lewis, pouncing on what I heard and what I said earlier. He's almost up into P2. The Gaggles car be getting a huge jump. The Rusty, however, not getting the best of safety car restarts under the flag. Laps are being awkward again. They won't bloody change properly. They'll fix themselves by the end of the race. Don't worry, it's fine. I'll have a... Anyway, as we see Lewis losing 2 positions after gaining the 2 positions under the safety car restart. He loses another to Rusty. Rusty, a very skilled and experienced driver. It will all sort itself out in a moment here. Luna Robotech is very close to getting a drive-through penalty or a 10-second time penalty. Yeah, it will fix itself. Don't worry. It's a glitchy. I don't know why the timing system's like this now. I much prefer the older timing system because that was more polished than this one. So anyway, coming through the final part of the laps here. Final part of the lap. It is lap 22, entering lap 23. Robotech in a gap of his own now. Shady really trying to monopolize over this. Do we see a change for the lead? Will Salami take it through the final corner? He just gets ahead of him. We see a lot of the drivers now fixing themselves onto the correct lap. I will be standing at the start-finish straight. Not spectating on the final lap, so we do know who finishes. Where, that is. So it's lap 23 of 28, or coming close to the 45-minute mark. We might have actually lost a lap because of safety car timing, but that's fine. Oh, the switchback's done! The Gaggles car of Spirit takes the lead back. Luna does get a stop-go penalty or a 10-second time penalty after the race. I just realised 10-second stop-go is probably way too harsh. So it's a drive-through penalty or, yeah, a stop-go or a 10-second penalty after the race. Whichever one he feels like taking. I think a stop-go is looking mighty good at this point in the race because he still could have a chance at a possible podium place. We see Salami getting back ahead. Moeti going massively wide and trying to gain the advantage. It doesn't pay off for him. Luna is going for the stop-go penalty, so he's going to go through the pit lane at pit speed, stop, and then pull away from his pit box. You cannot use this as a pit stop either. You cannot use this as a pit stop. You cannot jump out and in. You just need to stop and then go. I'm just going to reiterate that. So yeah, just stop, go. That's enough for the penalty. You can go. Go. Yeah. Perfect Luna attack. There you go. Unfortunately, he has been pushed to almost the very back of the field with that, but maybe another driver up ahead could soon as well get a stop-go penalty or a 10-second penalty, depending on the lap. It is lap 24, 5 to go now, 5 laps to go. Robotech is about to overtake Harris. Let's get back to the fight for the lead. BYT is in here as well now, so we've got 3 different constructors very much in a head-to-head duel for the win of this race. I'm not sure who's going to win it, but we're going to get the top 3 confirmed here at the end of this 5-lap stint, really. Safety car came out the perfect time for the stranded car, but as it stands, the Gaggles car, after leading almost all of this race, they've led, I think, 50% of it. So far, they've dropped down to 3rd. They're going to finish 3rd and 4th. That would be a very good finish for the team. 4th and 2nd as well. That would be a very good finish. If they could get a double podium, they'd be the first team to get the double podium in a single weekend, which would be one of the best feats ever. Anyway, race is still young. 4 to go in this race. Robotech might have ruined his race with corner cuts, but I think he's worked his way back up. He's up to 60. Next, a 5-second penalty would have been given if he continues. I'm going to be nice and say 70 is to DSQ. So don't think just because you're clear of a penalty doesn't mean that you can excessive corner cut. So if you somehow in the last couple of laps get to 70, you're done. That's all I'm gonna say. Because then you've corner cut like 3 times over 1 lap, every lap, something like that. Moving along. We do have a BYT falling back slightly, so the closest fight right now is between the P1 car of Salami and the P2 car of Spirit. These two have been fighting the whole race. Now that Zayn unfortunately couldn't attend the race, it means that everyone else has had an opportunity here to try and have a race win under their belts. So we see Lewis getting onto the 50 marks for corner cuts. 3 to go. 3 laps left of this race. No. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. 3 laps to go. Confused myself there, unfortunately. Salami's just made a huge lead coming out of the first sector there. So it's amazing that he can somehow do this. May have had fresher tyres from the pits. Yeah. All the cars are spec cars, so they shouldn't be faster in any way. So at this point, it is just driver knowledge and the track. Yeah. I will check his car after the session when I'm added to studio again, because for some reason I was removed, which I don't understand. But all the cars should be spec, and if they are spec, then everyone is. It's all up to yeah, driver knowledge. Salami is a very skilled A chassis, the chassis we're using. There'll be a team penalty coming towards the team. Yeah, there'll be a penalty towards the team, as well as a points deduction to drivers. And it's a very short season, this one, so a points deduction may make or break the championship for some. So it's a very vital thing to not have a cheating car. Anyway, 2 to go in this race. Salami is quite far ahead in the lead, but he's not pulling as big a gap as he would have hoped, because it appears that somewhere Spirit is pulling out a lot of speed from his car. Sorry. Yeah, Spirit is somehow making his car perform a lot better all of a sudden compared to the car ahead. He is he is not faster in the first sector, but I think this second sector time will show how fast he is in comparison to the car ahead of him. As we see a lot of drivers very close to penalties. Shady's on 50, Lewis on 51, Rusty on 51, and Harris on 53. This is the second to last lap to go. Oh no! Salami's had an issue! Salami's hit the wall on the inside of the final sector. He's lost the lead and he's lost P2. What has happened? I was busy checking the times and he's lost his car. He's lost the win. Spirit is into the lead as we enter the final lap of the race. It's the final lap of racing in this endurance race. It probably is going to go the way of Gaggles Autosports. For the first time in their road racing careers, for their second official race in road racing history, they scored a P2 in the first race after Zayn absolutely dominated the field. They're going to come through with less than a full lap to go to probably claim the Gaggles Autosport first road racing win. They have races in BeamNG and other games that are not Roblox. This is their first official series that they've entered into in Roblox, and they're going to come across in through the final sector we go with our current race leader, Spirit, who is proudly podium sitter in the first race with Gaggles, but he's going to come through the second to last corner for the last time this race, through the final corner for the last time in this race, and he comes across the start-finish straight, the 1 kilometre long main straight, to claim Gaggles Autosport's first row racing victory and their first victory in ELR. The next driver across the line is Shadybug in P2. Brilliant result for them. In P3 comes Salami. Shambles at the very end of that, unfortunately for them. Then we have a huge gap to the next set of cars. Unfortunately, I'm not sure who the next person's going to be. It may be Rusty. In fact, it is Rusty. Rusty comes home. P4 on the grid. Then it's going to be Robotech. Then it's going to be Lewis. Who's going to take the win for LMP2? It's Pav. Pav takes the win for LMP2. Then it's going to be Smalls and then Harris. As well, Harris corner cutting on the final lap, unfortunately getting a 10-second time penalty at the end of that. But Gaggles Autosport finally gets their first row racing win after 2 attempts of trying. What a race. What an event. All drivers, please come into the podium. Yeah, all drivers, please come into the podium. Top 3 from both, please. Top 3 from both. This time we'll actually have a LMP2 podium. Don't leave just yet. We're going to need to, yeah, we'll get everything done and underway. Everyone, please, to the podium. It is such a long lap, so you do have enough time to get here. Just drive your way to the podium. Nope, doesn't like me today. There's the race-winning trio. Pull into the inside area there, lads. Come on, don't be scared. I'll grab the ones for the LMP2 podium as well. Don't you worry. Yeah, I'll just grab the stuff for the LMP2 podium in just a moment, so please do wait. We'll teleport everyone in just a mere moment here, please. So LMP2 podium, we're going to have you outside here as well, so we're just going to move you down here. LMP2 podium, go to the second set of podium stands. LMP2 podium, go to the second set of stands. Line up in the finishing order, please. What's your username? Where's he gone? Smalls, hold on. We'll bring all. Don't go onto the podium just yet, guys, please. We're going to bring everyone here. So LMP2 drivers, will get your photos done down here. If the top 3 in LMP could go up to the podium, please. If the top 3 in LMP could go up to the podium. LMP1, go upstairs to the podium, please. We do have a way behind. Yeah, don't go up to the podium just yet. Shady, go behind the curtain. Top 3, go up, please. Shady, Spirit, go up. Spirit, go in and up. Spirit, you go inside and climb up. Yes, Constructors as well on the podium. Spirit, come on, man, go inside and go upstairs. So, yeah, Gaggles, you can go up as well. You can go up as well. We just don't have a spot for you. Anyway, round 1 was won by Zane. The podium had the Gaggles cars on, had all sorts of mayhem in the middle of the race. But for the second time, I just need to, so, let me just quickly try and pull up the previous podium celebration. so we can see who was up there. Anyway, P3, the man who led so much of this race, the man who was on course to win the race, Salami. After a terrible, unfortunate incident, he makes it back onto third. In second place, for the first time in ELR, along with Salami, Shadybug, aka, yeah, that you guys will come up after, yeah. You can come up and wait, yeah. But for the first time in road racing history, for the first time in ELR, for the first time in their careers, and for the first ever back-to-back podium in ELR history, Gaggles Autosports and Spirit win the race. They've won on the shoe wits. They've won the race. They've won quite possibly in the most spectacular way. We'll get the photo for them done right now. We don't have R15 as an available thing, mate. I'm sorry. But, right, there's your podiums done. Congratulations to the three of you. And, of course, Gaggles. If you guys could now make your way off the podium, we're going to do the first full LMP2 podium. Last race. After a brilliant win, first win in ELR, you can leave if you've done, but for a brilliant first win in ELR to a P3 back-to-back podiums, Smalls, LMP2 winner last weekend, current leader in the LMP standings. He jumps off the podium by accident. That's a mistake. He's going to get back up there. Anyway, who is Fufu? FFU, who are you again, exactly? Bill, okay. Yeah, Bill is in P2 for the first time in ELR. And for the first time in ELR history, for the first win, for the first 1-2, we have Prev, whatever you want to call him. Prava. There you go. LMP2 podium, the first full LMP2 podium in ELR. And with that podium, with everything done, with the spasmication of the cars, that'll be the end of the stream from me, from all the drivers here, from everyone possible. That's the end of the stream. Thank you all for watching.